getting charged $15 every time I go to the restroom. So this isn't the company I work for, but it's the building it is located in. So it's like a little mini mall. It was called the Bargain Bazaar and was a flea market type place before being bought and gentrified into being a super expensive mini mall. The rules they have are insane. Every business has a stall that's smaller than a bedroom. So we have no microwave, no fridge. We can't bring outside food or drinks. And no food stall inside is under $20 for an entree. Drinks and sides not included. They have these ladies that walk around with walkie-talkies that write you tickets when you do something against the rules. My store is open from 10 a.m. 8 p.m. If I open late, $15. The door is closed during opening? $15. Outside food? $15. During weekdays you have a designated time where you are allowed to close the door from 2 p.m. 5 p.m. But on weekends you can't close the door at all or it's $15, so for 10 hours I have to sit there and pray I had breakfast. Don't get hungry or have to use the restroom. My company basically expects us to cover the fines because we need to follow the building rules. As we know, human bodies are extremely consistent. So it's a shame that if I need to use the restroom at 11 a.m., I have to hold it till 2 p.m. The worst part is that $15 costs more than an hour of my wage. So I lose money if I have to poop. Edit. Thank you all for the advice and support. For further context and an update, only one of the building managers said I would have to pay it. So I asked another one and they said that the store gets the charge. But in the past, reps at my store mentioned getting docked the $15. I've spoken to my boss. And because he just took over the store as well, he didn't know how it worked or what the contract entailed, so he's reviewing it and assured me that I wouldn't be docked for using the restroom if I needed to and promised to reimburse my $30. However, I take this with a grain of salt because I know he's been at this company for a while and that the store was in his district previously. And I don't believe no one else ever mentioned this. Edit 2. I have decided to leave a visible note that states using restroom or getting food where they tape the fines so I can take pictures of what the fines are being given for as proof. Simple fix: refuse to pay any fine. They're not the government. Pretty sure that's illegal. What country are you from? It's your employer's responsibility to staff adequately so you can take breaks. I would not pay those tickets. Never heard of anything like this BTW, and if he deducts it out of your paycheck, you need to report it to your state's Department of Labor. If your employer has a bunch of places like this with several employees, it might be worth it to find an attorney and look into suing him. Are you allowed to shit on the floor? Go to the bathroom. Get the ticket. Ticket states it is for using the restroom. Contact OSHA and provide the proof that this company is charging you for using the restroom as an employee. Tell OSHA all the other fines too. Like how you're not allowed to take a break without a fine as well. Probably some kind of fire safety issue or AITA compliancy issues too, considering the small proximity. Yeah, that's illegal AF. Don't pay shit. If your employer has the contract with the company, those are their fines to pay. Take your bathroom breaks. Bring snacks so that your blood sugar doesn't get low. And if your employer docks your pay for any fines, file a wage claim. Your employer has entered into a contract with the building. That doesn't entitle them to flout employment laws regarding access to bathroom facilities, including adequate coverage to use them. The late open fee also falls under an illegal deduction from your pay. Keep documentation. File a wage claim. Contact Labor Board, local or otherwise. $15 is more than you make in an hour. So close the door. And don't come back for 3 hours. Go chill. Relax. and enjoy a few bathroom breaks until you have earned enough doing nothing to cover the fine. Rip that ticket up and refuse to pay. I understand for customers. But an employee? Hell nah. I would be calling every news station in the Dallas metro area. Crap in a bucket. Leave it outside the door for them to collect. Simply do not pay this fine. There is no way it is enforceable. You and I do not have the authority to issue fines to whoever we choose for made-up infractions. No one does. If they threaten to deduct money from your pay, then it becomes serious. That would be wage theft. Let's see how that plays out. The business can either pay for someone to cover for you or they can pay the fines. You paying any of the fines is very illegal in the USA and the company will get fined for you paying for any fines. This sounds like borderline slavery to me. Don't comply, it is absolutely illegal. Charge it to the company. They can't enforce that. WTF kind of dystopian nightmare is this? Reminds me of the movie Holes. Your employer can't dock your pay for the fines. The whole thing sounds convoluted, to be honest. My guess is they have a waiting list of vendors, or they wouldn't have these ridiculous rules. This sounds the flea markets I've seen in like Jersey. It's like an old abandoned strip mall, or even an empty anchor store of a mall. And it's crudely split into little stalls. Everything from antiques, to counterfeit bootleg designer stuff, to massage parlors, smoke shops, etc. I usually don't recommend this in this sub, but you need to quit. This is an absolute shit job that wouldn't be worth it even if you were paid $15 hour. I know it's easier said than done, but it'll be worth it in the long run. Find another job. Don't go back. Piss in a bottle and shit in a bag. Toss the bag away outside your door and dump the bottle. Clearly that's what they want you to do. But these sound like fines to the business. You sound like an employee. So that means not your problem. Please, for the love of God, list your state of employment. Otherwise it's impossible to tell if the employer is violating state law. For example, if your employer decided to deduct those tickets from your paycheck without prior express written permission in CA, this could be the basis of a wage and hour class action. Is this on Westmoreland? A 5-gallon bucket, some core muscles, and you have yourself a toilet. Leave it outside the open door for the ticket-giving people to deal with. I'd keep a piss jar behind the counter. They're fining individuals, not the business. They aren't an authority, can issue fines. They would rely on their lease agreement to have that power. Their lease agreements are between them and the businesses in the mall. Individual employees are not subject to such terms. Just refuse to pay. Is this in the US? This sounds illegal. Wouldn't this violate OSHA regulations? There's an expectation of reasonable access to restrooms. There is nothing reasonable about this if there is a fine being imposed and potentially passed on to the employees. Use the bathroom, don't pay the fine, get in trouble with work, them sue, they're $1 off. No matter whether it's the landlord rules or the employers. These are illegal working conditions. You are entitled to bathroom, rest, and meal breaks. It's time for a consultation with your labor department. Don't pay those tickets for shit. If someone docks your pay, file a complaint with DOL. What the hell kind of dystopian nightmare did I just read? Next time the lady that comes to write you a ticket, call the cops on them. And why do you still work for this employer? Sounds like you are paying to work. It would be nice to out this store and have a large group of people go and protest these types of conditions. But this is America and too many people are okay with workers' rights being violated.